Wayne Bowles coming to you live from the 2022 Equipment Expo, and I'm here at the Husqvarna booth with my friend Keith. Absolutely.
How are you?
Great, man. Hey, I appreciate you guys inviting us in, and I understand you're the man that I need to talk to, especially when it comes to commercial equipment and whatnot.
Yep, I look after that.
You guys been coming to the expo prior to GIE for a number of years, I'm sure.
Yes, we have, yeah.
What brings you guys back each year?
Well, I mean, obviously, this is one of the largest shows in the industry, and lots of end users and dealers and distributors and who's who in the industry is here. And obviously, it's our annual opportunity to showcase what new products we have coming.
Absolutely. And what's your all's goal when y'all do a show like this? Is it sales? Is it brand awareness? What do y'all look for? When do you go home and say, hey, man, we had a great show?
Sure. Yeah. So I mean, obviously, if you look around at the booth right now, you can see there's quite a lot of activity, and I would say we measure the booth success on how many people we get to talk to and what type of traffic we have, and how many times we get to engage with stakeholders in our process of getting some of the finest outdoor power equipment out to the industry. We focus on the end user, and so obviously we want to make sure that we have the right dealer network and we have the right intermediaries to service their needs. We manufacture our products for the customer first. We've been, Husqvarna's been doing it for 333 years, so we've been, not necessarily in the outdoor power equipment game that whole time, but long history of great outdoor power equipment and tools that you need. And so, we pride ourselves in powerful, durable, reliable tools that just get the job done.
At one point, didn't y'all do sewing machines?
We did. We've done a lot of different things, rifles too, sewing machines, microwaves.
I've done a little research on Husqvarna, and I was talking to a gentleman, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we started back. We did sewing machines, and I had no idea."
Yeah.
I mean, I've been a landscaper for 43 years, and I knew this side of the business, but I never knew the history.
Sure. Well, in answering your question more fully, we have really good brand awareness. A lot of people know who Husqvarna is. Not everyone knows that we make high quality, outdoor power equipment for landscapers, and we have a portfolio of about 250 individual items that are all made for that commercial end user. So we have great residential products, we have great chainsaws, we have great brand recognition. I think where we're looking to grow a little bit is in that commercial landscaper space, because they might think that we're a little bit more invested in our residential products, maybe just our chainsaws. But we have great products in our robotics, automowers. A lot of the work is being done to get those deployed in the commercial space. We have lots of great handheld equipment. There's so many things happening in the industry right now with automation and electrification. So that's where we're kind of headed, and that's what you'll see in our booth today.
With the autonomous concept that just everybody's going out there and going after that market right now, where are you guys with that?
Yeah, so we're showing a semi-autonomous prototype today. It's actually, there's a functioning unit outside, so I'd encourage you to maybe step outside. We're running a demo on the half hour outside, so we do have a functioning prototype, which is somewhat different than some of one of our competitors have. But we see this as an emerging space and taking a familiar commercial stand-on platform mower, something that a commercial landscaper knows well and uses every day, and deploying that with autonomous, sensors and radar and GPS signals so that they can actually optimize their day. Get more done with less people, and there's a labor shortage.
There's a labor shortage right now. Coming from a guy with a business, that's right.
Exactly. So imagine a world where you can, set the machine to do all the striping and mowing tasks while you're out there trimming, edging, doing hedges, blowing clippings away, and that kind of stuff. So we see it as a great opportunity to get out ahead of this trend in the industry and help the industry solve problems.
Where's your technology currently with Husqvarna? Is it still, or maybe not just the technology, but just the Husqvarna mindset, if you will? Are we going to have an operator on the mower still?
Well, that's why, yeah, so what you'll see here in our booth today is what we call our semi-autonomous.
Yes.
And the difference between full autonomous is that a full autonomous machine does not need any human interaction or intervention. A semi-autonomous machine actually can be run manually or autonomously. So we see that as the best opportunity to maintain safety standards, as well as make sure that the operator can get all the jobs done that they need to get done. So imagine a world where the robot has to come in and take care of this or that, but it misses. Well, then the operator can go back with the machine and fix that space to keep their customers happy.
So you mentioned something really, really cool that was I pull up as a landscaper on a job, right? I get my mower mowing.
Yeah.
And I start out and I'm trimming while my mower's mowing.
Right.
So that's the idea.
That is the idea. And I would say where we are with it is, of course, we're about to enter into our end user testing. We put the customer at the heart of everything we do, and we're about to take our prototypes out to get some testing done with them, with our key strategic landscaping partners. We tend to do that with new products,
right?
And we're about to enter that phase.
So currently, as it stands, where you're at with it, I'm a lawn guy. I pull up. Do I make a perimeter pass with the lawnmower,
exactly,
and then it will run itself, or how's it work?
Exactly, and we see that as a key, a key step in the process here. If that operator doesn't make that pass, not only can they miss grass, but they also can see objects that might have come in since the last time they did that same lawn. So they get to do that pass, and then they actually can, set it to do the in between and have eyes on, and obviously making sure that they're optimizing the job.
How close do you think you are if you can divulge that information?
Yeah, it's a little tricky to answer because you know how anything goes with end user testing. Sometimes you find a little thing, sometimes you find a big thing. Right. And so I'd be hesitant to share where we are in terms of a launch date. But what I will say is that our vehicle is in existence today. So this is a machine that you can buy without the autonomous bits. And as soon as we can get that autonomous mower certified and all the solutions right, through the various regulations and certifications. By the way, that certification and regulation is being written as we speak. So some of this we're doing a bit blind right now, and so we're trying to do that. But what we do have is 20 plus years of autonomous mowing in our back pocket with our auto mower, and we have our Equip mower and Sierra. So we feel like we're market leaders in the robotic mowing space. And we're converging that together with our trusted, tried and true commercial stand-on mowers.
Okay. And looking at from that standpoint, just where Husqvarna, above and beyond and moving along. What about the electric mowers and batteries?
Yeah. The electrification is a big trend. If you walk the show, you'll see a lot of players working on battery on the mower side. We're probably a little bit further along on the handheld equipment side. We think that's where the landscapers will first adopt, is on the handheld equipment. We are getting ready, perfect segue, by the way, Wayne, thank you for that. We are launching our brand new commercial grade 25cc equivalent handheld battery equipment. It'll come, very durable, IPX4 rated, has a skid plate. It's designed to take the rigors of a landscaper's day, and also get the job done with the power that they need. But one of the challenges with the electrification or the battery world is, of course, recharging. And so you can't really launch your portfolio without charging solutions. So we also have our overnight charging rail that we're launching, which allows you to charge up to 8 batteries. It's a low voltage, so therefore low fire risk, right? But it's optimized for the workshop. So you can put up to 8 chargers on there and charge 8 batteries in a low wattage, low voltage environment.
What kind of runtime do you guys foresee on, say a mower or a blower?
Yeah, so it's a different, by tool, it's a little bit different. So for example, a hedge trimmer, you would think would take a little bit more power to run. It actually draws the least amount of power.
Is it really? Even though we're on that throttle?
Exactly. So, a string trimmer, a mower, and a blower take up a lot of energy. And so that's where you in today's environment need a lot of batteries in order to make that go. So we're working on solutions to help the landscaper juggle and manage however many batteries they need. But it's hard to answer how much runtime you get out of a string trimmer It's a different answer in Florida with your lovely St. Augustine grass, right?
Yeah,
versus Bermuda.
What type of how wet's the grass? How heavy is the grass?
Exactly. So the run time
is a challenge.
It is. The run times are going to vary, but one thing that the industry is a little nervous about battery because they aren't sure about the power needs, and that's the brilliance behind this 25cc equivalent, power tool line that we're launching in March 2023. So this is true commercial grade 25cc equivalent, and the run times are just going to vary depending on the job.
Excuse me, it's funny that you mentioned that because that's exactly where we are with our company.
Sure.
We're not opposed to moving forward with it.
Yep.
It's actually even, from a marketing standpoint, our marketing is already ahead of the curve on how we're going to solicit that market because we know there's a lot of people that are going to say, oh yeah, if you offer that service, we'll do it.
Yeah, well, there's two things around electrification that I think are very interesting and important for the industry to understand. A lot of what's driving the electrification right now is actually more noise regulation than carbon regulation. So homeowners associations, municipalities are restricting when landscapers can use backpack blowers, for example. And that is far more restrictive than any of the carbon regulations that are happening in California, for example. And interestingly enough, even in California, that rule doesn't take effect until January 1, 2024. But a lot of people read the headlines and they expect that change has already happened, but it isn't. It hasn't happened yet. And so a lot of the landscapers, even in California, are still kind of resisting this move to the battery equipment because they question the power, they question the runtime, and those are the areas where we're really trying to solve. But the other element behind electrification that's just very important, again, is back to this charging, right? So we have to be able to charge. We anticipate between 18 and 25 batteries for a normal size crew to be able to get their job done. And infield charging is just so difficult. So you might go to 10 different job sites, and what if only 2 of those allows you access to their power supply? Right. So we're focusing on overnight charging, and that's why you see our main charger coming to life that's sitting here behind me.
I gotcha. It's 43 years of experience. I always tell guys this when I talk to my seminars and my presentations. Husqvarna, the manufacturer, they're always trying to help us be more efficient in what we do. Sometimes I think it's the fear factor from the contractor, is what you mentioned. It's that we resist change sometimes. It's like we get complacent. And I think that's one thing that I hope you guys help us as contractors understand. That it's change. But take the change and move with it because you guys have put the time, the money, the research, the effort into saying, hey, here's the product, it works.
Well,
it's going to work.
We have excellent products. Our portfolio of commercial grade tools has always been rock solid. Where we're trying to migrate to is more of a solutions-based, business, so that when a landscaper comes to us and says, okay, I have this problem, we have the solution. So we're working very hard, and we listen to the customer, and we talk to them every day to make sure that we're doing that throughout the country so that we get all the regional nuance and deliver a portfolio that'll just meet the need wherever it is.
Right, absolutely. Anything else you want to tell us about your products?
No, we do have a couple of other really interesting new product launches coming up in 2023. We can't forget about the bread and butter, gas-powered mowers. We do have a new 38.5 horsepower Kawasaki-powered engine coming on our top-grade commercial mowers for both Redmax and Husqvarna. So we do have those here on display and as well as in our demo area, so you can try that out. We do see the shift to electrification happening quickly, but we do see that on the commercial side. Of course, the gas-powered equipment is going to still be important. So we offer both. We're rooting for whatever the marketplace wants to succeed, right? So we'll have the electrified portfolio, and we'll have the gas-powered portfolio in both of our high-quality commercial brands and Husqvarna and Redmax for the marketplace as they need it. So
how's your dealer network looking at the electric side versus the gas side?
Yeah,
they seem to be receptive to it.
I would be kidding you if there has been some resistance from some of the legacy dealers. We do have an initiative that we're working on to build out a commercial dealer network to make sure that we have the right players. We're doing market by market, and so we do have a plan in place, and we're in 10 markets today, and we'll be rolling that out to make sure that our commercial end users get routed directly to the commercial dealer that can actually serve their needs, provide those solutions, and make sure they get the after-sales support that they need in order to keep their business going.